pick of the 2023 Gridiron Junkeez draft, George Carmona selects Victionary HD to be his guest on the podcast. How's it going,
I like
man?
that. I like that. You know, it was the first pick. Wow.
Yeah, I think you by far deserve it out of anybody because, dude, you've made such a name for yourself in the football community. Obviously through Madden, we'll touch into all that, but we really have not gotten a chance to know each other other than you coming in for like 10 minutes, us having a good vibe, and I was like, hey, let's run it. I want to know who is Victionary.
Yeah. Well, I usually just go by Vic. Victionary, the whole that whole name isn't even like something I came up with. One of my old friends from like middle school, high school. So fun fact or fun story. We were playing Call of Duty, and a long time ago, like Modern Warfare 2, I don't remember which one it was, but like, you know, when it was peak. Oh, my phone just fell. I don't need it. He had told me, he was like, yo, Vic, you're just, you know, you're that annoying kid in the lobby. And I was like, what do you mean? You know, kind of brushed it off. But everybody that used to have those gamer tags with numbers and X's and like...
Yeah, XX.
Yeah, XX R9 lated. And I'm like, just put an E there, bro. This is not hard. And I would always go into like search into stores and be like, yo, your gamer tag is misspelled. And they would get mad quick.
Right.
And then that's how we would like get in their head and then we'll win the game. And I'm like, yo, spell your gamer tag right now. You know, it only costs $10 to change. I'm like, go change your gamer tag. And he was like, dude, you're just like the human dictionary. I'm gonna just call you Victionary. And so that's how I've always, my entire life I've gone by Vic. Never my full name, just always Vic. No matter who it's been, teachers, coaches, friends, parents.
You write it on the application to a job,
Vic.
Preferred name, Vic.
Vic, that's it. So he was like, you're the human dictionary. I'm gonna call you Victionary. And it was so just clean. I was like, that's pretty good.
That's low-key fire.
Yeah, and I was like, I think I'm gonna use that.
And this was middle school.
Literally,
So
yeah.
like, was your nickname all throughout high school Victionary at that point? Or
Just Vic.
Okay.
No matter what, it's been Vic.
But just the gamer tag. And where did the HD come in? Was your dictionary so high definition that...
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that era of YouTube where it was like HD was a thing to let people know that you had high quality. But I think now I'm going to just take it off and just use it as Victionary because nobody really says the HD part, even whenever I meet anybody.
Right.
It's just that. So I think, honestly, I'm going to take it off and just have it as that name because it's kind of past the era unless I go to like 4K, 10K.
Yeah, 8K?
8K, yeah.
8K? So
Victionary 8K.
you, obviously, since you have the HD in your name, YouTube has been in your repertoire for a while.
Yeah.
When did you post your first YouTube video? Just to give me a reference.
Okay, my first serious one or like the first ever? Because the first ever one was like 2014.
Okay, first serious one.
First serious one, I would have to go back and double check, but I want to say 2016 or 17.
Okay.
But it's one of those videos that only I can see. It's
okay, unlisted, right?
Yes.
Send me the link later.
It is terrible. Like it's so bad. I was like, you know, first time recording, obviously, first time editing. Never done it before. I was just one of those people. I was like, I see people doing YouTube, and I know I have fun playing games. I know I can, you know, make other people laugh. So I was like, I can do this. That was literally the deciding factor of me starting. I was sitting in a chair and I was like...
It's that simple though, bro. It really is that simple. I had the same like epiphany during quarantine with the whole podcast thing. I was like, you know, I can either just keep it in fantasy land or I can put my actions, you know, in place. And man, now you're looking back. Because I was going to say, when I looked through all your YouTube playlists, 2017 was like the first playlist that I saw. So I was like... Yeah. Nice. That was my first year of college. How old were you at that time? Like
2017 was a 6 years, 20.
Okay.
But that was one of the first times I actually took YouTube serious. And honestly, I still don't take it serious. So maybe that's why I haven't hit like the millions of views.
But go into that. Go into because to the layman, it could appear like you're taking it extremely serious. But like, what do you mean by you don't feel like you're at that level?
Oh, because I don't. A lot of people will like upload a video and then they'll watch it for like, they'll watch the analytics as it happens. I can literally upload a video and just never check it again.
Thank you.
Just because
I appreciate that.
not to say I don't care, but I want it to be more fun for me. Like, obviously the money is cool. It's taking care of me my entire life pretty much. So I'm thankful for that, obviously. But I don't want to lose the fun factor. I don't want it to be 100% business, 100% like.
No, it's not to say, though, if you don't see trends in certain videos, like you obviously are going to tailor some of your videos to like what the community wants. But I love that because, I mean, I produce 10 podcasts here. I'm posted on the social medias for 8 of them, right? So I got a lot of clips coming out every day. I can't give a fuck.
No.
You know what I mean? Like in the content, and that's the thing that, you know, a lot of people may get hung up on. But it sounds like at the beginning it was just you.
Yeah.
Now you have a team.
I have a starting 5.
Okay.
Like a starting 5. I wouldn't say a team. You know, a team is like, 13, 14.
Okay.
15. I got a starting 5.
Nice.
It's pretty much me with all the ideas, everything as far as thoughts,
creative direction,
everything. I have a few editors, and then I have a thumbnail guy.
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
How did you find those people? Was it like you went on Fiverr and you were like, we have a vibe?
So on Twitter, I'd always had like a pretty solid following in like the Madden community, and a lot of the guys that edited it was in the Madden community. So they was like, hey, Vic, you want me to, I'll edit for you.
It makes sense, right? They already were like in love with the content. Yep. And so before, you start going down, taking YouTube serious, were you always an Ultimate Team player or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one of those things, once again, it wasn't something that I chose. One of my friends was like, hey, he was one of my friends from New York. His name was Denzel. I'll never forget this whole conversation because I thought it was stupid. To be honest with you, I thought it was stupid. I was like, you're spending money to play with cards you can already play with in Madden?
Right.
Like they're already in the game, so why are you spending money?
No, bro. But listen. Michael Vick, 99. He's untouchable.
Listen, this was Madden 11.
Okay.
So this is when it wasn't even in the game. It was downloadable content.
So that's probably the reason why I didn't play it, because it wasn't easily accessible.
In it. No,
Okay.
It wasn't in it. So I didn't even see it. So he told me, he was like, yo, just download this real quick and play it real quick. I was like, I played it. I was like, this is stupid. Don't ask me to play again. Unless we're playing Call of Duty, I was a sweaty dude on Call of Duty. Like game battles, it went down.
We can check your KD later.
Oh yeah, it was. We'll
check it.
Listen, I could tell you right now, I had the FAMAS blue dot.
Oof.
And extended clip dual mag. I'm telling you, I was sweaty. Like it was sweaty, but it was fun because I was a kid, man. It was, it was a kid. I was staying out of trouble, and that's how I stayed out of trouble. So, but back to the Madden thing, right? So Madden 12, I come back. He's like, yo, just try one more time. Just try one more time. I was like, Denzel, I'm not playing this, bro. He's like, just all right, I'll help you. So he like gave me stuff, so I had to play.
Okay.
And ever since then,
you were like,
I was like, this is fun.
Did you ever play Madden Mobile? Madden Mobile is the closest I've ever gotten to experiencing it. I just liked it better on the phone.
I couldn't get with it.
It's the same principle.
It is.
It's the exact same.
I couldn't get with every player they felt the same.
True.
That's why I was like, this is.
Very true.
It's good for content, like, because it's on the phone. Mobile content is always going to be popping.
Correct, because everybody around the world can access it
exactly.
easily.
Not like accessing the PS5, PS4, Xbox One. So I tried it. I was like,
yeah,
I could do this for the views. Like it's easy views, but I was just like, about 2 weeks from now, I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be forcing myself to do it.
It was the same thing though. Like high school friends, we're all looking at each other's teams, right? Yeah. You're on the auction block. I want to know a couple of things just to see if I get a clippable moment here. What's the most you've ever spent on a player?
The most I've ever spent on a player. You know what? I'm not a big spender on players, only because I'm trying to think what is the most. It's for a video. I just can't think of the video right now.
Okay.
But I have it on video if I've done that. But I will say I probably bought a card for like 10 million coins, like the max you can.
Whoa.
I just can't think of the card. But I'm sure I've done it.
I mean, you could have a couple of good guesses. It would probably be a Bo Jackson.
Either Bo Jackson or whenever I was buying back the Mutt Master Odell Beckham.
Okay.
That was what, Madden 16? 15?
Okay.
I don't know. And then also the boss cards in Madden 15. That's what it was. Yeah. That was the year I had like a crazy team. So I want to say Madden 15, like a boss legend. They were like cloudy. It was
sick looking card.
Yeah, that was like
course.
one of the peaks of Madden. It was 13, 15, or 13, 25, 15, and 16 were like untouchable.
So do you feel like it's tailed off? Like, how do you feel Madden Ultimate Team has progressed throughout the year? Because you obviously have the best insight.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's doing better than I thought. Only because they're not repetitive year after year, essentially, right? So they integrated training, which I still don't like because cards are they're priced based on that, whether they're good or not. And I'm like, there's no reason this 94 overall, let's say Austin Eckler should be the same price as this 90, like they're just based on overall and not how good the actual card is. Whereas in years past, if it was a 97 that was garbage, it was like super cheap because you couldn't do anything with it. You just quick sold it for a couple coins and that's it.
So you're talking about the training. So you can improve cards to a certain level now.
Yeah. So I through the years, I didn't think that there was going to be a way they could keep improving it. And believe it or not, it's gotten better. It's just we're in a day and age now to where
people want things now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Madden isn't like that. Not anymore.
Right.
It can be repetitive because it is the same things every single week, but it's also hard now to make a video game that's like that.
Yeah, that fits that. Now, do you think? Because I'm always like in the mindset of like, how do we solve some of these problems? I think Madden should just be like an annual subscription thing.
Yeah.
That it should almost roll out like GTA 5.
Yeah.
Where it's just like ever evolving updates, new DLCs. I think that would be probably the best thing because now you're not waiting for the next year for now, like the layman player that's just waiting like, oh, I know I could download the rosters, but maybe there's something new in the next Madden that's coming out. Do you think they would ever go to something like that where Madden could be free and you have to buy DLC stuff? Like,
I think it would be smart just to do it that way, or to, like you said, release the game for free and then charge, like $10 a month or $5 a month for like Ultimate Team and all the other stuff because I already pay for EA Play, so because it gives me discounts on the purchase or whatever. So it's literally the same thing.
Yep.
It'll end up being the same price. But at the same time, you got a lot of people that just like to have the disc version of Madden.
Facts.
So it's like, it might be like 4 or 5 years, but who knows what we're playing in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think there's going to be a huge virtual reality shift at some point in time. Like, it's at the point now where it still gives me motion sickness. Like, I can play for like 35 to 40 minutes, but then, bro, I'm sweating. Like, I feel like I'm on like a cruise ship. Like, it's not a good vibe. Once it's like a pair of glasses like this, and I can be Tom Brady in my living room, like, I think it's closer than we think. Do you play virtual reality at all?
I played it twice.
Okay.
It's been fun. Little tweaks, little things like that to be fixed, and it'll be really fun. It's just like the motion isn't all there, so sometimes you'll like throw the ball and it'll go in the dirt, and I'm like, that's
so no, the ball's supposed to be here, and
so
it's
like
not. It's
I
there.
learned you got to flick it. You can't like throw it completely. You have to flick it. It was weird, and I was just like, okay, but it was fun to like be immersed or like immersed in it. And hearing the crowd and this and that. But I think, what is that movie? Ready Player One. They showed like a great like
representation of
what I think ultimately it's going to be. And if it is, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. No,
I wouldn't be.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, I was a big 2K my team player, or like my player, and we would like we'd do the pro-am team, right? And you're fucking X's and O's. I'm sending plays, right? Like, the best.
Those are the times, man.
Okay? I was surprised when I brought up 2K, and so you love it.
Yeah.
All right. What like what was your build? What was your favorite build throughout the years? Were you a big guy?
No, I always played guard because I had the IQ on our team.
Okay.
So I was the guy that, set the plays up, go in this corner, do this, do that, pick and roll, this and that. And I could guard like the top guy, like the top guard. Because I was kind of quicker when it comes to like the twitch on, I guess, the fingers.
Yep.
But I guess that's also come back to Call of Duty and like, your muscle memory and all that stuff. But I would always guard the guards, and I would be point guard, playmaker, shot creator. Sometimes I was a sharpshooter, just depending on what year it was.
Yeah.
But majority, I was like the shot creator-ish vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a stretch four kind of guy.
Oh, so you'd have been perfect.
I love like the, Dirk Nowitzki body type, right? And the fucking, you don't really see it as much these days in the NBA, but we're not fucking an NBA podcast. We're going out of this.
You would have loved being on my team.
Okay.
You would have.
I would have eaten corner threes all day.
Pick and pop. You would have done
on Hall of Fame.
amazing because we had this one little like rotational play to where, and it's 5 guys can't be on the same accord, like on defense. They can't be on the same accord to guard it. So it's like you would set a screen, and I would have, it was me, the shot creator, you're the stretch, 2 sharpshooters, and then 1 like rebounder. So it would be like a double screen. I'd go over the screen. The stretch 4 would like rotate to the corner. The sharpshooter would rotate this way, and then this guy would like come up
like
to the
pop
top.
to the top. Yep.
And if I beat the point guard, I'm going to the basket because everybody else is flowing to the top. So then now the big is staying down, and then now it was it's a beautiful time, man.
Yeah, Pro-Am like ruined some friendships of mine.
Oh yeah,
like,
there was a big fight in ours.
There always is though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it gets to the point where you can't even play in the park after that. Like, bro, people get hurt.
It got to the point to where we would do 4v4s because we had 8 people, so we had to some people had to sit out.
Yep.
But I was always the point guard, so I was always playing. We had like a couple sharpshooters, and then we had it. So it was like, I was like, God, man, we got to make the choice of who's not playing tonight. And of course, everybody always wanted to play.
Of course,
every time,
because it's how much fun.
Exactly.
That's where. All right, Madden tried to do it with the yard.
No,
failed, bro.
I don't even know what they did with that.
That was just. It was not entertaining at all. I had like a 6'11", 450-pound guy that actually had speed to him, and I'm like, this isn't fun.
No.
This isn't realistic at all.
I couldn't tell you what they were trying to do with that. Honestly. it didn't. I played it, I think, one time, and I was like, okay, I can see what they tried to do. I went back to it, and I was like, this is stupid. Yeah,
no, they, it's times like that where you're like, the hours spent there.
Yeah.
Let's just work on Ultimate Team.
Just leave it alone.
Do you play on like Players Lounge or any of these betting video game betting sites?
No, I don't. It's just okay. So my thing is for Madden, I play it for videos. Before I would play it a lot, like off camera, and then by the time I played it on camera, it was very dryish. So I came to the fact that I was like, I can't just play it in my free time.
Yep.
Because then now I'm running all the glitch plays and the money plays, and I'm just like, it's not fun for a video. It's
true.
Whereas in the videos, I just call random plays.
You have to though, right? Because Madden does have that.
Like I know all the plays. I know all the beaters and this and that, but if you don't win and lose, sometimes people are gonna just be like.
And here's the thing, like the game was meant to test like certain skills, and that's where I think Madden's improved, right? With the passing, different styles and the way you can lead people and the way you can control. And I know they've had all that stuff for a while, but those are the pieces of the game that are like, what do they call it when the computer, like it's a computer generated outcome? You know what I'm talking about, though,
like
right?
The simulation or AI or
like the tackle animation. They're when animation takes over, right? But I'm like, those are the little facets because I'm a huge Rocket League player. Like, it's the only fucking game that if you aren't good,
Yeah.
it shows.
You're not good. Yeah.
Yes. And I love that because I think Madden is starting to get a piece of that with all the new features that they're adding. I myself play on Players Lounge. And that's why I wanted to ask you, because they always have like these tournaments and stuff. And I know that the betting side of the world, it's like growing. Like,
yeah.
I know you've seen it, whether it's sports betting or even in the video game world. Even if you don't play on those types of apps, are you playing in tournaments or?
No, only because, like I said, I wanted to keep it fun for me. Now, could I do that?
Yes.
Yes. Madden isn't. People always say, "Well, Madden is this." It's really not that hard if you like. Because I know most of the people are like the type guys I could just ask them this, ask them that. Okay, now I know this. And obviously you still have to make the correct reads.
Correct.
But it's not super difficult to beat the like average Joe, you know. And I'm not saying I could compete in like the super big tournaments because now I'm gonna get, oh, Vic, you should do it now since you're talking trash. No. I'd waste more time preparing for that.
Then you could be making 7 videos.
Yeah.
Doing your thing.
Not worth it for me.
Yeah.
For me.
Now, if they and ESPN, you need to fucking bring this back. And I know you remember what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Before you even say it, yeah.
The Madden tournament where they would take the gamers from all across the country and they would take them, they would play at New York Times Square, right? They're playing on the big screen. I don't understand why they got rid of that. I thought it was the coolest way to show. I wonder if, do you think it was Madden that was paying ESPN like to promote the game, or do you think ESPN was like, we can make money off this? That's a weird.
Yeah.
I wonder who's paying who in that situation.
You know what's crazy? I had this idea, and hopefully when I say it, it doesn't get taken before I can do it.
Okay.
But it might get taken.
Patent pending.
But you heard it here first, and I can go back and like go to the the VOD.
It is April 26th, 10:36 a.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada. Go ahead.
Yes. You know, I had this idea to like rent out a big, like get a school bus and then like remodel it to where it's like gaming stations and then just driving to different cities outside of like an NFL stadium and then having people play for like $1,000. Just a tournament that fast.
I love this.
And I just hadn't had the time to like fully invest in it because I've been trying to upload daily, get more consistent, trying to expand, do things like that.
Yeah.
But I have it like written out how I want to do it.
And so you've already done a little tour this past year. I don't know if you were like, all right, I want to get off the Madden content. Let's do more vlog style. Yeah. Go into that. Is that the next evolution of where you're headed?
Yes, 100%. Only because, not to say it like this, but like video games are forever. They're always going to be there, whether they're sports,
they're recession-proof.
Yeah, they're always going to be there. So I was like, wow, I have the time, and while I have the creative thoughts of doing these videos, I might as well try to do them. If they work, you know, cool. I was going to do it anyways. That's my whole thought process with a lot of things. So like I did a video just now. Yeah, I did a video like a week ago, working out for 5 days straight. I already go to the gym. Like I already do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why not just make a video out of it and like challenge myself to go even harder? So now I'm at that level to where I'm like, I'm already doing it. So I might as well record it and, you know, show people that I don't just sit in the house all day. I actually touch grass. That's like the whole, that's like the Madden thing. You don't touch grass.
Go touch grass, bro.
Then go touch grass. So yeah, that's the next level for me is a bunch of expanding-ish content for the next like 3 months until I fully can go into that like, me.
Yeah, and I think that idea kind of like it's the perfect culmination of the both, and because you yourself have to like football, right?
Yeah.
You not only play the game so much, but like you said, you played before.
Yeah.
Like who got you into football? Was it that Madden thing, or like has it always been a part of your life?
It's one of those things to where whenever I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, I was like the year-round sports kid. So I played baseball, football, basketball. I'm missing, no, just those 3, yeah.
And on repeat.
Just on repeat. Every like 4 months, every time. And then I got to middle school, and then, you know, my parents was like, all right, you got to pick one so you can focus on it and, you know, get better. I chose basketball. So played basketball up until like 8th grade.
Okay.
It was really good. I don't know. I'm still pretty good now, but back then I was a 6th grader and I was supposed to play on varsity.
Wow.
But I was back then we were moving a lot, so I couldn't get into
like a steady.
Yeah, it wasn't like a. I was playing rec basketball because you didn't have to be in a district for that one. You could just drive there.
Yep.
So we would drive there. It was like 45 minutes. We would drive there, but the school was like it was Bunch. It was in Atlanta, and they were like, you can play on 8th grade even though you're a 6th grader. But I was also like one of the bigger 6th graders. And I don't know where I just stopped growing. I thought it was gonna be like 6'7", dude. I don't know what happened.
But this was as tall as you were in 6th grade?
No, I was 5'7", 5'8".
That's still tall as shit.
That's still tall in 6th grade. And you still can play on varsity because you're not super short.
Right.
And then around 9th grade, I moved back home to Charlotte, and that's when I played contact football for like the first time because I chose basketball or football.
Yep.
And I played contact for the first time. And it was weird because I would get these little headaches. And I was like, something's not right. So something's not right. And it would happen every day. And then that's when I was like, all right, I can't play anymore. Only because I was like, I choose my health over football, which, it worked out in the end. But a lot of people don't have that option of some people have to play football. And I was just like, it's not for me to go, like it was 8th grade, going to 9th grade, I think, or 7th to 8th, I don't remember exactly when, but it was going into a new grade, and I was just like, this isn't normal for a kid to have headaches. And this is before I knew about concussions.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm getting these headaches, and they're not normal. Like there's like a headache, there's like a migraine,
and then there's something that's everlasting, lingering, like behind your eyes, like no.
And I'm just like, this isn't like normal. And so then I was like, I can't play football anymore. And luckily, like I said, it worked out. But I would always do all the football stuff.
God willing. I mean, I'm a big firm believer in like whatever step you're taking, it's the right step.
Yeah.
Every time, right? And I mean, I had to make the same choice. I played at UNLV. I was a walk-on, and I tore my ACL October of my first season. And then it was like, the realization of like, I could go through this for another 5 years.
Yeah.
God willing, I can see some playing time in 2 more years because I would be a year of rehabbing and then I would have to fight for my spot. Yeah. And at that point in time, I'll be a junior. Instead, I quit. I graduated my junior year. I got into like a special ed teaching program and stuff. So I'm a firm believer that if your body's telling you that, and we have lots of like high school players that listen to this. So like, if things don't feel right, you gotta listen to yourself because you are right.
Yeah,
nobody else is you.
Yeah, always listen to your body, no matter what. Always listen to your body, and like I said, I am a firm believer in that as well. Your body will tell you before somebody else will. Sometimes 100%. It won't, and then that's when you have to obviously go get it checked, but. You'll know when something's wrong before anybody else, and that was, and even as a kid, like I said, I was just like, man, this isn't normal.
Now you are doing some crazy cool stuff with A7FL.
Yes.
Before you get into that, I've got to be on a podcast with Derek Duncan. So he was on a Hero's Journey podcast. Another podcast that records out of the studio, and the podcast host was like, "George, you're the football guy. Come on the show." Yeah. And I was like, "Dude, A7FL is the sickest highlights on YouTube, the biggest hits you will ever see." And once I started to see like they're getting TV time here in Vegas, it's growing here in Vegas, and he kind of like outlined the whole big picture for me. How did you get in contact with A7FL, and what's the game plan for that?
So one of the players, he's a barber.
Okay.
And he kind of introduced him. And I would always be like, yo, this league looks crazy. But fun fact, they have less amount of concussions than like regular football, which is weird to say.
It's not, okay. It's weird for people that are like simple-minded, but you're going to be safer when you aren't in, if you've never hit somebody with pads on, you won't understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for the general person, you think, oh, the pads protect you, this and that. They also contribute to a lot of injuries.
They make me okay. This is Marcus Mariota's helmet. The year he won the Heisman. This fucking thing is so padded on the inside. I feel like a Spartan warrior if I wore that. I'd be throwing my head into people all the time. Every single time.
Every time. I go head first. Arms down, legs straight, just literally just flat.
That's how I want hit sticks in the next Madden. I'll take the flag. I'll take the flag.
I want it to be
Let me see that
arcadey.
Let me.
I just want to see bodies flailing. I want to see the ambulance come back out, man.
Yes.
That was the classic stuff.
Yes. But A7FL, safer.
Yeah.
Your barber is a player?
Yeah, he was a player.
Okay.
And then they had like something that went on at the Mandalay Bay or something. So I came there, and then that's when I met Derek, and then like everybody I needed to talk to, and I was like, hey, I like football. Is there any way that I can get on the field and like do videos? He was like, yeah, and it was just that simple.
Oh my god!
And then after that, we had more talks and more
Yep.
more I guess you would say plotting and planning of different ideas. But I was like, I just love football. That I just want to be around it, in it, on it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, just come out whenever. And I chose their team to like mic up and do this and do that. And the videos are. We're like a month behind on the videos only because it's something that my editors have never done before.
Correct.
And it's also I'm getting new editors. And it's so
footage.
different. Yeah.
So much footage, bro.
It's so different because you have to actually look through it.
Yeah.
Whereas, video games is, all right, look for when they talk. Look for when he talks.
Or you can skim to a big play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with that, he's like going through, you have to do color corrections and this and that and overlay this. It's way deeper than just your normal edit. So I'm like, I'm okay with that taking time. That video can be uploaded whenever.
Because it's still in its growing infancy, right?
Exactly.
I mean, like, even if things went 1,000 miles an hour for A7FL, it's still 5 more years until it's like people know it. Like just like a professional lacrosse. Yeah. Like some people know, right? Most people don't. Yeah. But in 5 years, it's gonna be in that level. Especially because it's so crazy to watch. In football, I'm so glad we don't have any soccer podcast here because it just irks me. Like it's like, no, I'm the football podcast. Yeah, fuck you.
I don't even get into arguments when they're like, no, this is the wrong. I'm like, all right, you win.
Right.
You win. I'm not even going to go back and forth.
Yeah. A World Cup time, I'll give it to him. But that's once every 4 years.
Yeah. Even then, I just say football. But because it's like you have soccer and like, just let us have the football. Just let us have it.
I mean, and it's America's sport. That's the toughest thing, right? I feel like people slight it in that sense. But A7FL is stuff that I would imagine like, in Japan, if you went to a park, you can see people playing football. Yeah. Now let's just, let's get the best of the best. I can see that being an Olympic sport, if I'm being so 100 with you. Because like rugby, it's in that same vein, but like, it could be an Olympic sport, but
it could be. I just called it NFL Street because that's what it reminded me of. The throw off, the 7-on-7, the plays, because they're like backyard plays. I mean, they have obviously routes on them, but it's like the backyard plays, the reverses. And
how long are the games? Because I wanted to go out to one, but I don't know.
They're 15-minute quarters.
Okay,
but it's running clock, no matter what. Incompletion, running clock. So it's
beautiful.
Ultimately, like 2 hours.
Got it.
2 hours.
Got it. And like the last 2 minutes, they stop the clock or something.
I think so. I don't pay attention to it.
For sure. You're just like, damn.
Yeah, I'm just there having fun. I'm just there having fun.
These people are getting lit up, bro. The new thing that NIL has brought up, right, is this NCAA can possibly be coming back.
Yes.
Are you going to shift all your content to NCAA if that happens?
Not all of, but
a
lot of.
A good amount.
So my ultimate goal is to have one channel that's like the main
everything,
like IRL stuff, but mainly like just travel, this and that, food, everything.
Okay.
But also have like a gaming channel where I upload most likely every day or like 5 days out of the week, and that's where everything gaming will be. NCAA is probably, but it's also just gonna be me playing the game I'm actually having fun on the most.
Right.
So like right now, Madden's fun because all the 99s are coming out, all the crazy stuff, coins are like, it's easy. But there's a time where Madden's gonna, drop off, and then that's when NCAA will come out, and then Call of Duty come out. But back to NCAA, oh, for sure. I just hope they don't make it play like Madden, honestly. That's my only, because I want it to be different.
College football, and it always felt different. Back in the day, there was a noticeable difference between NCAA and Madden, I feel.
Yeah.
Like as far as not only the playbooks, but overall talent. It is a little bit slower, like from what I remember. And then you'd play Madden, you'd be like, holy shit, I'm on a fucking, I'm in a Lamborghini.
What was it? NCAA 14 and Madden, 25? Came out the same year. Played completely different. I mean, they had the same, kind of movements-ish.
Tackle animations, I don't mind, but
I just want it to feel different. I want it to also look different. I don't want it to be the same looking menu screens, the same looking, like make the helmets unique to like college and like little things like that.
Yep.
Bring back the mascot stuff. Like all that stuff. Like all the little things that we miss.
Yes.
All the creativity. Create your own the team. Create your own high school or not high school, college.
Yep.
All the road to glory stuff. But now it's been so long. Honestly, I believe they should make the road to glory like how my career is, and it will be so much better. Give it a storyline, and you can, based on what you pick, is how your storyline is. Whether you want to go to the D1 college and now you have all this thing, and now you might get in trouble for, I don't know, staying out too late, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember they used to
you can go to the D3 school, and then you have to fight your way up to D1, and then I'm giving these dudes ideas, man.
Yeah, hey, well, they need to tune in, right? Because at the end of the day, the reason why this is even possible is because they can start making some bread. Because it did used to irk me, halfback number 8.
Yeah.
And QB number 15.
Yeah. But it also was, I liked it though.
All right.
Only because it was different.
True.
That's the only reason. It was very annoying though. When you didn't know who the player was.
Yeah.
But you knew, or you didn't know
that
number.
would make you know the player so much more.
Yeah.
Like, because your buddy would start saying the player's name and you'd be like, wait, okay, that player's number 11.
Yeah.
All right, I'll remember that shit.
It was, okay, it was good and bad. I'll say that. It was good and bad. It was good and bad. I can see why you're saying it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good and bad.
Because I was young at the time, and I love sports. So whenever I can reference sports and be correct, with people's names and stuff, it makes me feel like I belong in ESPN or something.
One day,
without a doubt, dude. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
This platform and this avenue. I'm recording on Wednesday, every Wednesday for the next 5 years. It's not going to change, right? And hopefully they acquire me, because just like you, I like a little bit of creative control.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't want to be like, all right, your topics for today.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to be me.
No. I always said to myself, if I ever made it to that point, hopefully I do, whenever I do, if I don't have the creative freedom, it's not going to be me.
Because you've been able to do it to this point without it. So it's like...
And that's going to be a part of the package. You can give me topics, but you're not going to tell me exactly what to say.
Correct.
You're like, you can be like, all right, Vic, for instance, the Suns won their series. How do you feel about it? I can go on that, but you can't be like, all right, Suns won the series, this and that, this and that.
Mention Chris Paul.
Yeah, and I'm like...
sitting on, and you're just like, oh, I don't really want to
really
do that.
care about
just because you kind of said it to me, I double don't want to.
Yeah, I really don't want to do it. So one day we'll get there, and
So we will now transition into a little bit of NFL news. Before we get into the NFL news, if you're watching this and it's Wednesday or Thursday, I'm doing a live draft stream with Robert Babiek. He does his own little sports content, so be tuned in to TikTok is where I'm going to have it. TikTok and YouTube. Tune in. Draft party. It's going to be awesome. Kind of. How do you feel about the draft? Because I'm in between, right? I don't know how this motherfucker is going to pan out. People don't know winners of drafts until 2 years later, and I'm like,
No. There's honestly every draft. I would say there's 3 guys that are just studs, no matter where they go. Doesn't matter. For instance, Justin Jefferson. No matter where he went, he was going to be good.
Correct.
Jamar Chase. No matter where he went, he was going to be good. Sauce Gardner.
Yes.
No matter where he went, he was going to be good. But then you have a lot of guys that have to go to a good scheme, and then they're like, oh, if they go here, they're going to be great. If they don't, they're going to be bad. And I'm just like, it's not the player's fault.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of the coach's fault.
It's kind of the organization's fault for
you drafted this guy.
Yeah.
You're trying to, for instance, let's say if my team is the Chargers. Let's say if we drafted a big running back like Derrick Henry. We don't run the ball like that. That would literally be a waste of a pick, and you're ruining this kid's career.
Correct.
Because of that. So the draft is, people try to do all the logistics, and I'm just like,
yeah. What I like to do is like, truthfully, because I haven't seen probably 98% of the people that are going to get drafted. If ESPN shows cool highlights to me, I'm like, dude, dude's a dog. Yeah, dude's a dog.
I literally. So I literally will go probably tonight and just look up like the top 25 picks. No, I know my team won't get like top 15.
Right.
And so I go into that like 16 to 25 category and just look up the names. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, that guy got that dog in him. You know, got that dog.
Right.
Okay, that guy's not. No, he's not. But that guy got that dog. Okay, so I can see why we drafted him. Like, for instance, when I saw Derwin James' first highlights, I was like, oh, I hope we get him.
Dog.
I was like,
the definition of a dog.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if he falls to us. Oh. And then I was like, I wanted Ramsey the year before, or 2 years before, I think. But he got taken one pick before us, or two pick, I forget. And I was just like, some players you can just see it.
Yeah.
But like I said, those are those three in the draft that they're going to be good no matter what. But
did you see it with Justin Herbert? Did you feel it? You could be honest, man. He's your stud now.
No. To be honest, I didn't see it with Herbert or Bosa. Realistically. Only because everybody kept saying, you know, I'm not like the super draft, you know, analytic guy. I go off of what I see. They're like, oh, Justin Herbert is like the playbook dude. He has a big arm, but he can't make the decisions and do all this other stuff. And I was just like, okay. And so I would watch like videos, and I was like, he's okay. You know, like, he's good. But then you look at like a Joe Burrow, and it's like, compared to in college.
Yes.
In college, it was like, Joe Burrow's that guy. Like, Joe Burrow, he's that guy.
Yes.
And then we drafted Herbert, and I was like, Herbert's that guy. Okay. Herbert could do the same thing if he could throw. I think he could throw the ball better.
Justin Herbert, I've watched him play in person now twice, has the most effortless throw I've ever seen in my entire life. And when you see it in person, you'll know. It's like a flick of the wrist, and the ball just 60 yards. Just
floats.
But he's got that ability to throw like those ropes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, bro.
I've seen him.
Kills cover twos. He kills them.
Three times? Seen him 3 times now. And every single time it's been like, the thing now is like all the Chargers fans know, like, it's a Herbert throw a game. He has one throw every game that is crazy. No matter what, it's a throw a game that's crazy. And so far, every game he's lived up to it.
And he's gonna be there for a while.
I hope so. They let him go, I'm going. You heard it here first.
You're going with him?
Yes. They let Herbert go, I'm going.
This is the first time, well, because you definitely didn't feel this way about Phillip Rivers.
I love Phillip just because he talked a lot.
Yeah, he was a
talker. He was an entertainer, I should say. He was an entertainer.
Yep.
He wasn't, like the best quarterback. You know, he would get you like 9.
That little fucking shot. His little.
The whole shoulder throw. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
The only problem with Rivers was I knew if it was a close game, we're going to lose. Respectfully.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing was down 6, minutes to go, no timeouts. That was his MO.
And he wanted to push the envelope. And
immediately.
Whenever you watch Brady or anybody, I mean, even you play yourself, you know, like, dude, I can chunk up 25, 30 yards here in 15 seconds. But he was like.
He wanted 45 yards. The first play.
Game.
Interception, game over. I'll never forget. It was either his second or third to last year playing against the Jaguars. He threw like a go ball to Travis Benjamin against A.J. Boye. And I was just like, you threw a jump ball to Travis Benjamin. The guy who's like, what, 5'10", 5'11", he threw a jump ball.
A.J. Boye is
like 6 foot, I think,
yeah.
6'1". I was like, yeah,
This is it.
At least when Herbert does it, it's two Mike Williams. 6'4", 6'5".
Yes.
It's reasonable.
Yes.
5'10"? No.
No. I mean, Tyreek Hill is the only somewhat exception, but even then.
Only outlier, I would say.
Because he's like on a trampoline, bro.
Yeah.
He lives life just differently.
Yeah. I would want to see him run in person.
Same.
Like, not on the football field, without pads, just like me and him chopping it up, just running in person. Just to see how fast or how slow I am, realistically.
You'll get the true testament of how slow you are. I'm always impressed by how quick they turn. Like because, you know, there's like, I think I can maybe somewhat compete with you if I know that the destination is straight. But if I know I have to plant and cut, like, that's when it's...
No, you got
I do like a double hop. You know, I don't stop on a dot. It's like a...
Yeah.
And then I start going. By that time,
I'll never
peace signing me.
Tevin Jenkins, he plays for the Bears. He actually watched my videos and we got in contact. So I went up there and did a video with him.
Lyman, right?
Yeah. Olama, he's a guard tackle. Really good. Hopefully he comes play for the Chargers. We'll use him the right way. But I'll never forget seeing him the first time. This dude is like 6'7", 6'8", and I was just like, what? Like, how are you that big and you're that fast? And I saw him walking from afar away, right? So from like here to like the end of the hallway. And I'm just like, God, he's big. I turn around, you know, I'm putting my shoes on, and I'm like, he's getting bigger. Like, he's getting even bigger. And he gets up close to me, and I'm like, you know, I don't have to look up to many people, but I was just like,
holy shit.
Okay. You're a beast. And ever since then, like, I've always made jokes about offensive linemen just because it's funny.
Yeah.
And like kickers and punters just because, you know.
Easy to pick on.
It's easy. That day, you know, they earn my respect.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I used to play O-line, so it's like.
Yeah. And when you're a bigger guy, you know, I mean, like you can, my brother, all right, I'm representing little San Jose State Spartans. He plays offensive tackle, left tackle for San Jose State. So he is that big motherfucker that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And no, it is crazy, man, because as big as my brother is, in comparison to like fucking Williams, what's the
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, right? Like, I mean, just nowhere near. Like, those human beings would not be able to fit in this little seat right here. No chance.
And it's crazy to see all of the linemen, whenever they're done playing, they drop like 100 pounds.
Immediately.
Quick.
Bro, it's not fair.
It's not.
Because here's the thing. All the girls already love him, right? Because in the girls' eyes, like, oh, you know, he's sweet, he's cute, but I mean, he's not fit, right?
Yeah.
And then they just say, quick, that six-pack, picking up all the honeys.
And Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas is the one I was about to bring up, bro.
Joe Thomas looks like a completely different person.
He could have played linebacker.
Yeah, if he wanted to.
Right.
Or D-line.
Yep.
Or D-tackle. Anything in that interior and line, like.
Well, it's unhealthy. I mean, offensive linemen, obviously, like, they have to eat absurd amount of food to, like, be that big.
Yeah.
And they still, like, don't get, like, I don't understand how their contracts are worked out, but it should, you know.
100% guaranteed.
You know, is it that they don't get paid enough because the facility has to pay for so much food? Or, like, you know, is that worked into the contract? Or, like, listen, you're going to eat 1,000 pounds of food this season. The receivers are only taking up 500 pounds. We're going to have to take it out of your contract.
There was something that came out, and it, like, ranked all of the stadiums. And I think a few stadiums, you have to pay for food if you're a player, which is crazy.
Whoa.
I want to say it was the Cardinals.
Jesus.
Don't quote me on that. But there was like a few teams where you had to pay for food in like the offseason or something. If you came in and worked out, you got to pay for food while you're there.
Oh my God.
I was just like, are you really? I'm working extra hard to make sure we win games, and I have to pay for food while I'm here?
That's bananas.
But I think contracts should be 100% fully guaranteed.
Oh, yes.
Only because an injury can happen and your career's done.
It all starts, though, when they remove the salary cap. And then just let it be like baseball, bro. If you had a rich owner, right? Hey, your team's going to be stacked.
Yeah.
Right? If you're playing for a poor owner. But, like, at that moment in time, that's why they're able to guarantee everything. It's because it's locked into these trillionaires.
Yeah.
But they cap out, and I've never understood salary cap. I mean, especially with the way that a lot of the it is a myth. The Saints were like $80 million in salary cap,
and now they have like $40 million.
And then I looked up, and then we got Derek Carr for some weird fucking reason.
Even the Eagles, every year the Eagles are we're in cap hell. No,
you're
By
not.
the time it comes around, they have $30 million to spend. Every team that
it's fake
knows how to do it, they do it.
Very true.
And then the teams that don't know how to do it, they always have $100 million in cap. And it's just like, you're not getting the MO that the Saints are doing. Yeah.
You got to see Tampa Bay spend absurd amounts of money to win a ring, and then
look at the Rams.
Still re-up. The Rams, perfect example.
And now, I mean, they had to get rid of a few pieces, obviously, but they're not in like cap hell like I thought. Like I thought they were going to have to lose a lot more players than what they had to. Mm-hmm. And they just traded away Ramsey, which, I mean, obviously is a great player, but it's like you kept Donald, you kept Kupp, you kept your quarterback. You kept some nice, defensive players, offensive players. But overall, salary cap is a myth. I'll always believe that it's just a fake number.
Yeah.
And, it's just what they tell us, essentially.
Yeah. Because, especially when they start explaining it. I mean, and I feel like I'm pretty educated. But then when they start explaining it, I'm like.
I give up.
I have a bachelor's degree, and I don't get what's going on here.
I give up.
Jalen Ramsey. How do you feel he stacks up against all the other corners in the league? Is Jalen Ramsey the top dog?
I don't think so. Top 4, though. Top three. He's still my favorite. Okay, so my favorite corner is Ramsey.
Okay.
He's his dog. But he's not that number one guy anymore. I think, honestly, it's probably Pat Surtain. Like that.
Yeah.
And he's in my division, so obviously I see him twice a year. When I don't see him, but I don't ever see him get beat like that. But the times he did, it was by Devontae Adams, which is respectable because that's like
You're working
Adams.
out. Yes.
That's Devontae Adams. Just like if he get beat by Tyreek Hill, it's Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. Justin Jefferson, it's gonna happen. But I think it's Surtain. It might be too early to put Sauce in there.
Yeah.
Only because it's a year.
Yep.
But I don't think he's going to be any worse than he was. Or I don't think he's getting any worse.
Yeah, no. It's straight improvement. The kid's like 21 years old.
Yeah.
He's got arms long enough to tie his shoes without bending over.
Yeah.
Like, dude is freaking freakish.
That's why I put him at 2. Next year, he'll probably be number 1, though.
Yep.
Easily.
But Ramsey will make people fear him. Like the two people that, and that's the thing with like corner, it's like there gets to a point where you just don't got that speed anymore, man. And then
I think he'd be a great safety. Because he likes to tackle.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a great safety because you're not.
I mean, the prototype that I'm starting to see more of is like just put him at like an outside backer and have him fly past a DN. Like, I mean, Micah Parsons is like my size. And like the dude but he's going against the fridges that we were talking about earlier. But I mean, the NFL is changing to where I think and Nike always used to say it on all their little slogans attached to Just Do It, but speed kills.
Yeah.
And speed has always been the number one thing that these NFL teams are looking for. You go to an NFL game and you just watch how fast these human beings are launching each other. But then you go to a college game and there's it's still fast, but it's like a noticeable difference.
Big difference. Even just watching. So I can only imagine playing. Like you always hear him talk about it. I believe Derrick Henry said it. He was like, even the SEC is the closest thing to the NFL, and it's not close.
Yeah.
I think that's not his exact words, but like his
somewhere around there.
And I was just like, you can see the difference because guys that dominated in college off of pure speed, they get to the league and it's just like, all right, now they're as fast as you. Now what can you do other than run past people?
Right. You got to be smart. The biggest thing that I was always taught is like people underestimate how good those players' eyes are, right? And I mean, there's like the fast twitch and everything, but they're actually like, I feel like there has to be some connotation to their field of vision.
It has to be wide.
It has to not only be wide, but like colors probably look different to you. Like I just don't know how they have those. It's I mean, God bless you guys, right?
Listen.
You guys need to be paid more.
Oh, tremendously more. I think their contract should be closer to NBA and MLB's.
MBAs, don't even get me fucking started on
they go through hell for not even 18 weeks. That's just what we see.
Yeah.
That's just the 18 weeks we see. Not the 2 months before that, the month after that for rehab, and then over the offseason you're still working. No, it's a full year job.
Yep.
Well, full year career, I should say.
And it was stated on Action Junkeez yesterday, another podcast that records out of here, just that NBA, they can win 50% of their games and still make it to the playoffs.
Yep.
You cannot do that in the NFL. And if you do win 50, you're like fucking super grateful and lucky. It can't happen anymore, obviously.
And your division sucks. That's the only way it happens.
Yeah.
Your division
literally.
has to suck for you to win
50% and still make it to the playoffs.
That's the only way it's ever worked.
Vic, the last thing I want to ask you, I got to have you on again, man.
Oh.
I mean, we'll shoot the shit over football anytime, but Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, I guess finally official. He's going to talk at some point in time this morning. What do you think about him going to the Jets? I'll just let that be the question because I found it to be interesting.
Okay, first off, I feel like I'm not the hugest Zach Wilson fan, but I kind of feel bad because I'm like, they're openly admitting that this guy like sucks.
Yeah.
Like all your teammates that you worked hard with all year openly admit that you're not that guy. So I'm like, that could be either something that makes or breaks him. Hopefully it makes him. Like I said, I'm not the huge Zach Wilson fan, but I'm a person. As a person,
you want him to. You want to see that story, hero story.
Aaron Rodgers going there. His weapons are drastically better.
Yep.
Easily, like times 10. You got two good running backs. You got Garrett Wilson. You got who's the other guy?
Did they just get Not Scantling.
Lazard. And they have somebody else too. They have like a slot guy. Barrios? No.
Yes.
Barrios. And then there's one more guy. Basically, he has a lot of weapons. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know about their I think their O-line is good-ish. But I mean, their defense is great.
It was the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think it was the obvious move.
It was 49ers, them, Broncos.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree.
I think it was the obvious move because Green Bay didn't want him anymore.
Yeah, he would have made. I've heard $60 million.
Oh yeah, it would have been a crazy amount.
It's funny in the article that I was reading, like the Green Bay owner, Brian Gunsey or whatever the hell his name is. He was like saying like, oh yeah, we really respect him, we love him and everything. He's like, but the deal still isn't finalized yet. I was like, man, this man just can't he's gone, bro.
Yeah,
he's gone. Like, why did you even say that?
No,
so you found it to be like the next logical step in that sense. But I think you can agree with me that it's the moronic move because it is the toughest division in football.
Was the Dolphins, Bills, Patriots?
That's a tough fucking division to just get plopped into.
I'm trying to think. What are the other ones that?
Okay, last year the NFC East was pretty good with the Cowboys, the Eagles.
They had three playoff teams, yeah.
Cowboys, Eagles, and then and then I always think the AFC West is going to be way better than it is, especially last year.
It's always like that,
but
dude.
it's
Chargers supposed to get 13 wins, we get 12 every year. You get 10. Dolphins got a lot better. I just don't know how Tua's going to be.
Correct.
I honestly think Tua should retire, because 3 crazy head injuries within a span of 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah,
it's not good. So, but if he plays, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, amazing, probably the best wide receiver duo in my opinion. Well, easily the fastest.
Yes.
You still got your running back. You got your defense with Ramsey. You get your corners back, and you got the Bills who are always just. They're the Bills.
They're going to play you tough.
Yeah. So he definitely went to a more challenging division. Toughest, probably top 2.
Yeah.
I can't give it to
because I always look at that Belichick team or the Patriots. They should just be called the
Belichick's.
New England Belichick's. Yeah. But it's going to be the ultimate coaching nightmare.
Yeah, it's going to be hell.
It's
going to be hell compared to what he was in.
Mm-hmm. And you know the other thing that throws me off is he's not going to an offensive-minded head coach. Robert Salah was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers.
Though. So he can have more
full autonomy.
Yeah.
When the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won their Super Bowl, Bruce Arians was the head coach. Offense guy. I don't know. I know that's like being very, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm highlighting some.
Offense is king right now, I feel like. Defense is great, but if you can just keep putting up points.
It doesn't fucking matter.
No.
Yeah, your defense can be
Look at the Chiefs.
Garbage. Yeah.
Chiefs have shown that for the past, 5 years? Obviously, they have a mutant at quarterback.
Yeah.
But in general.
No defensive players that, Tyrann Mathieu came over to the Saints. I'm grateful for that, but then like Thornhill, you always get playoff Frank Clark, but other than that, yeah.
They make a few plays on defense, but it's offense. Right now, offense is king. They say defense wins championships, but I think that was like the last like defensive championship I could think of was the Broncos.
True.
Other than that, it's been offenses going out there battling. Well, no, no. The Rams and Patriots Super Bowl when it was like 12-3. But that might have just been bad offense or something.
I think it was bad offense. It was not.
And Goff missed the touchdown. It was a pick. So that might have been the last one that you could debate. Mm-hmm. But I think now you should invest in 100% offense. Because if you can't be stopped on offense, now the other team is playing different because they don't want to give you the ball back with 2 minutes left. Look at the Chiefs with 13 seconds.
Yep.
And they end up, winning, and then they lost to the Bengals. But they won that game, go to overtime, win it, when they weren't even supposed to win it.
Right.
Because they went to play prevent defense. But I'm a firm believer in if you can find your guy at quarterback, you say, all right, we're going to get defensive pieces, but we're going to go all in on offense. I'm going to get you 4 or 5 weapons.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure you're protected and give you a solid offensive coordinator. And after that, everything else should fall in place. Because if you can score 20, 30 points a game, your defense should be able to stop a little bit.
Yeah. It'll make the team overall, like whenever the defense leads the locker room, it's probably like an unhappy locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like defensive players, they're grumpy.
Yeah.
They're grumpy. You mentioned Tua should retire. I stated this on another podcast, but I do want to state it on this podcast because I just feel this way about linebackers because it was a position I played. Bobby Wagner, it's time to hang him up, G. Like, you've had a phenomenal ride.
Oh, amazing.
But linebacker is like, bro, I know what you're going through. You're about to go through it again. And I know he's like the ultimate dog, and it's tough to take it out of him. But he's like one player that I'm like, you've got your flowers, D.
Yeah.
You got to.
Just like, man, one of my favorite. I'm going to get flack for this, and I'm okay with it. In my eyes, in my lifetime, Luke Kuechly is the greatest linebacker I've seen.
Thank you.
The smartest linebacker, and he just doesn't have the longevity because of the concussion. You can't tell me somebody that was dominant in pass rush, run stopping, and pass coverage. There was no liability in his game. Mm-hmm. He could guard, not receivers, but I'm sure he could if he wanted to, guard like a slot receiver. But every time he hit somebody, I was just like, oh. I was like, oh. And then that last one, I was just like, oh, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
And I hope that
dude.
doesn't happen to Wagner because he's one of those Hall of Fame, easy gold jacket, first year, he's eligible, he's going in guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't want him to, hurt himself on the way out.
For sure. And I mean, it's a tough thing for these guys because it's been their entire life. It's like problem. If I told you, stop playing Madden, dude.
Yeah. Well, no,
your eyes.
Stop playing. Stop doing YouTube.
Stop doing YouTube, man.
Then I'm like,
stop doing YouTube. You just need to go touch grass, Vic. Go touch grass.
I can't, man. I'm allergic. Can't touch grass, dude.
Vic, let the people know where they can find you, what else you got going on, and you'll be back again in the future.
Oh, for sure. Talking anything, life, sports, football, everything. My name is Vic, Victionary HD on all social medias. You will see me on your nearest TV screen sometime soon, so don't be surprised when it happens.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I'm glad I chose you with the first round pick. Don't you forget that of the Gridiron Junkeez draft. You were the first round pick.
Now I got to go to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Mr. George Carmona on Instagram. Follow Gridiron Junkeez on all platforms to keep getting this amazing football content. Like I said, we are going to be doing a live stream on draft day 1. First round only. It's the only one that I'm going to be able to muster up enough fake knowledge to give you guys for 2 hours. But it's still going to be fun. I got Robert Babiak coming in. He is. He told me he's getting like 200 to 300,000 people on just TikTok live streams that he was doing last season. So I mean, like, even if it's 1% of that, I'd be very pleased. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Bobby, behind the decks today, Fight Junkeez. You did great today, man.
I appreciate it. It was a pleasure. I'm not a big football guy, but to see people that are subject matter experts, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. So thank you.
I love it. All righty, Bobby. Tap my intro and let's get the fuck out of here. All right.
Vic. That was fun.